that's what I was saying. Like it's all in tricking your eye. Because, but that's what it takes to blend that stuff. No, that's only on flat ceilings. When you're talking about a wall that's got eggshell on it, just cut and roll it. It's so much easier. Because by the time you get done feathering that thing with the semi gloss or the eggshell or whatever, it's just so much easier. Because 90% of the time, it's a little wall anyway. Like I would much rather just cut and roll the whole wall. But that's my preference. But you can touch it up. Like you can use the same method on it, but you're just gonna take it so much farther out, and you got to lighten it up even more. So you got to go twice as far, twice as light to do anything with a shine to it. Now, when it comes to like flat surfaces, like flat paints, they're a lot easier to touch up, hands down. Now, this is just a straight white on ceilings. We use flat straight white on the ceilings so you don't see all the imperfections in it. There's a reason for that. It's because the flat white doesn't show all kinds of lumps and bumps. Now, if we was to take the same flat paint and paint it to something darker, you would start seeing little things here and there. You would see some waves or something. The shinier the paint, the more it's gonna pull all that out. I did a video a while back of a guest room. I had to repaint one of the walls because it was real shiny at first, and it looked so bad. I ended up having to, I think I ended up painting it matte. I put a matte finish on it, but I had to change it to a matte finish to dull it down because it was so rough. But it's just one of those things you gotta, like any part of your house that you don't have high traveled areas, like we consider this a high traveled area. So that would be eggshell or a satin. Now, something like that wall over there, you can paint that flat and get away with it. Because as long as you ain't got a bunch of kids walking out there touching it, it'll never get touched. So you can paint it flat. Somebody painted that with the wall power. That's what happens when you paint flat ceilings with semi-gloss. See how the flat and the white, or the flat and the shininess fight? Can't do that. I already know who did that. And he's lazy. But anyway, that's a prime example of what not to do. But I'm about to fix it. It sucks that the sun's coming in from the opposite direction because you guys can see how the whole point of it is to show you guys how to lighten up the watermarks. Like, yeah, the spot that you're mudding or the spot that you're touching up, paint it real good. And then, like, say you got your square on your spots that you're trying to touch up, you always take your outer edge and you start walking it up. We usually do like 1, 2, and then take the third one a little bit farther than that, and it'll stair step it. And the farther out it goes, the lighter it gets. But yet, by the time you get to that third level, it'll be so broke up that it's just going to be a bunch of little dots everywhere. And that's what you want. You don't want to see a hard stop in a pull, like a hard stop. And that's usually what happens when you, say if I just do like a square, like up and down, you'll see that outer line now. It's got a hard stop point. That's what throws your eye off. So you want to walk that line up. And we usually take it like so far up, and then we'll do another one up a little farther than that, and then we'll take the third one up about that far. That's how you usually get rid of that stuff. And if you notice, I turn the lights out whenever I'm working on the ceilings. The reason why I turn the lights out is because I can't see if you got a glare going across here, you can't see it. You ever try to roll something looking into a light? It's hard. And I like to do the same thing when I'm doing my cut. What I'll do is I'll get that good and dry, and then I'll start walking it out. And that's what you want to do, you want to stretch it. Same thing with this. This right here is probably one of the hardest ones to touch up because it's on the corner. See how this one's sticking out farther? This wall's back about that far. And always keep your, like, what we call a brush width is take your brush sideways. That's the width of your brush. So if you're brushing something, always give yourself at least that much room. Because your roller is going to do all the work. These are my money makers. this wall and this wall, it's putting a shadow on that ceiling. So anything inside there I can play with. Now when I come out here, here's where it's gonna be hard to touch it up because it's in the sun. Anything up here close to the wall is a little more of an easier spot for us. But once you get out in the middle of the wall or out in the middle of the ceiling, it's a lot harder to touch it up because it's right out in the open. Cutoff points is everything. And all I'm doing is just barely letting that ruler roll across that ceiling. Like it's like I'm barely hitting it. Sometimes I like to get right on that hard cut, like what I did. So when I went back, I stopped it. Sometimes I like to get just before that line, and then I'll roll it out, and then I'll blend that. You'll start to catch on how to do it, but the easiest way of doing it is just dragging it out 3 times like that. Dragging it out once about so far, then taking it out a little bit further, and then taking it out further than that. that stuff looks good. But that's what it takes to do stuff like that. Like, a lot of people think you just hit it, and yeah, you can do that, but it's gonna look funny. Like, this is how you do it, so you don't have these squares everywhere. An older guy showed me this trick years ago. He was touching up walls in a new build, and you know, I just walked up to it and was like, and he was like, "Give me that." And he showed me how to do it his way. Then I didn't realize that my brother did it too, but my brother showed me how to do the three-step thing where you take it out, and you take it out a little bit, and you take it a little bit further than that. It seemed to work a little better for me, because the other guy, he was just like, he was dry rolling the whole wall. Like, it was bad. Don't get me wrong, it worked. But he was dry rolling the whole wall, and that's too much. So we learned, if you just take that right there, if you take it from the like, when you roll something and it's got a hard line right there, you take that line up and you stretch it out, stretch it out, stretch it out, and it literally looks like someone took like a sponge and just did one of them numbers to it, and the farther up it went, the smoother or the lighter it got. And then when it dried, you couldn't tell where it started and stopped, and then that helped the new spot blend in, because that's usually what it is. The older walls, or the walls that you're touching up, that's why it doesn't want to touch up as good, because sometimes it could be just darker from the age or something like that, or the sheen level is the main thing. The shininess is what's throwing your eye off. Because now, when you got a spot like that, you touch it up, instead of having 2 coats on it, now you got 3 or 4 coats on it. Every time you put paint over top of dry paint, you just added a coat. So it's one of the things you want to stretch it. And I wanted to take the same photo, the same video. When it starts disappearing before it's dry, you know that you did a decent job on it. Now, if you do it and you notice it, and then you watch it dry, and then you're like, oh man, yeah, those are rough ones. But yeah, a lot of times you just got to cut and roll the whole wall. Like, a lot of times you cannot do this. You just can't do it. Depending on what paint it is, how dark it is, and what sheen level it is. You're better off just to cut and roll the whole wall. Like, do your repairs, sand it, spot prime it, 2-coat that drywall mud, and then paint it. See how it's drying down already? And that's what I wanted to show you guys. This spot right here. See how it looks like that? That's what you want. You want to break that. You don't want it to be solid. You want it to be broke up. You want it to look like a sponge hit it. And the farther you can break them up, the better. You just don't want no hard start and stop points. This spot right here, that's how far I took them all out. You just can't notice it because these are already starting to dry. And that's the nice thing about it, is like when you stretch it out like that, it'll dry so much faster than this stuff out here because it's still wet. And that, like, I want all the build I can get on this. I want it as light as possible as I can get it out there. But I want it as thick as possible up here so it covers that patch up better. Have you ever had a spot, right there, prime example. See, why that spot stands out so good is because all this right here is rough. This dude's smooth. It needs one more coat on it, and it'll go away. But that's what I was talking about. Like, you can do stuff like that. Like, you can touch that stuff up, and it just, sometimes you got to put 2 or 3 coats on it to get that to go away. And that's the nature of the beast when you mess with like cheap paint. You got to do like 2 or 3. You got to coat that thing like 2 or 3 times just to make sure, because it's about the layer of paint that you put on it. Like the first coat, the second coat, and then the third coat. It's those coats building up to that. It's what you want. And when you got a spot that you just drywalled or you mudded, when you sand it, it's so much smoother than the rough textured wall, because the rough textured wall's probably got 4 or 5 layers of different paint on it that's already got. See, a roller puts it down nappy, and it's rugged. It's real rough. I mean, if you ever looked at it just before, like when you're using 90 or what out, you'll notice it's real rugged, and then it dries down, but it shrinks as it dries, so it doesn't look so bad. Like all you have to do is just get it on there thick enough that it don't run, and then that'll be good. But it's also not a bad idea. It depends on if you got the dry time or not. Like I say, if I was coming in here and I needed to 2 coat this room back to back, I'd roll the first coat thin, and then I'd roll the second coat a little bit thicker. And then just for that simple reason, like if you go in the house and you cut it and you roll it and you put a decent coat on it, it's gonna take forever for it to dry. So it's one of those things you just gotta, every job works you. You don't work the job. And especially when it comes to touching up stuff, touching up anything, trim, anything. You can use this same trick on touching up trim. Usually what I do is I'll take like this. Say if I want to touch it up, I'll paint this real good, and then I'll stretch it. I'll stretch it up. Then I'll take it all the way down. But if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. It's totally free. And for any other tips, because like I said, I put this stuff out all the time, so if you want to see any more tips on how to do this stuff, hit that subscribe button, because it tells me thanks and that you appreciate it. Hit that like button, because it all helps my channel. Like, my channel's barely getting off the ground, so I don't know. Maybe I just need to relax and let it go. Because it's weird, because like YouTube's algorithm tells who watches what, and if you don't punch the right thing in and actually look through things, you'll never see anything YouTube don't want you to see. So their algorithm sucks. So even though it's a new video, it won't be on top, because once it gets in the feed, it'll go into the mess. And I think after I load this video, whenever you do see it in the feed, after I load this video, you probably won't see it unless you type it in, or you go to my channel. So it's nice to have that subscribe button, because it does, you can have it, it does a few things. Like, there's some of them that it actually, like if I watch them all the time, they'll show me their newest thing. But if not, it's easier to get to their page that way. But like I said, I got like 700, and I think it was like 763 of them that I subscribed to, so yeah. But hit that like button too. Love you.